Hello, hello, everybody. I'm trying to set this up so it's not like down on the ground. There we go. Hey, you come here. Come here. We got Bird out today. Come here. Hello. If he's super loud in your all's ear, I'll put him back. But good morning. Well, it's almost good afternoon. Um, Apparently I did bring my meds upstairs. Hello, hello. Hey, Robert. How you doing? We are officially in our new apartment. This is our second night. That does not mean we are completely done at the old house. We do still. Sorry, the bird is preening me. um, so it tickles. Um, we do still have a few things over at the old place. Mostly Andrews and a few things in like the kitchen, maybe. I don't know exactly what's all over there, but newsflash, yes, I know. I'm so excited. I'm hoping to try them here very soon. I do need to contact the guy and see if he's willing to send a sample. Hey TM. Uh, so yes, I want to try them desperately. Their XLs tend to be a little teeny bit small on me, but I'm gonna still see. Move is going fairly well. We've all managed to stay very calm this move. Um, Excuse me. And I guess this move was somewhat different because a couple weeks ago we had to pack it up so that we could renovate the house. So most of it was already packed. So yeah, but we all managed to stay super calm. Abby's had like a lot of release of her anxieties, and we've all been doing really well. Apart from the fact that the week before we moved, the week of moving, I guess, I had seizures like every day, every other day. So my body is still fairly drained. On top of it, I think I've got some sort of virus, possibly shingles going on. So I have like horrible headache. I've got a little bit of a rash. Like it looks like bug bites, but this is the third time I've had them, and they're literally in the exact same spots. So we're considering the fact that it might be shingles. We're not sure. And I'll get all the questions in just a moment. Stay on that side, please, bud. I don't want you to eat my headphones. Thank you. Hello. Okay. You were asking, what is the bird's name? This is Jimmy Hawkins. He is named after Treasure Island. He has many, many nicknames. Bubba J, JJ, Jayhawk, Jimmy Jam, Bubba, all different names. He goes, but his name is, we call him Jimmy. He is an 8-year-old cockatiel. He just turned 8 this year, just a couple months ago. And, ow, loud in my ear. He is my baby. I love him to death. He is just a big sweetheart. He doesn't seem like he's a big sweetheart to everybody. Like, it looks like he's, like, biting, but he's not. He's feeling, he's playing, he's letting me know, hey, I don't want your ear in my face. He has never bit me. Maybe once, because I was clipping his nails and he wasn't too happy about it. But he does not bite. He is very much a homebody. His cage is right over here. By the way, here's our current living room and dining room. But there's his cage. I bought Jimmy 8 years ago because I wanted a pet. I had to get rid of my cat at one point. My dog, we actually sold my dog because we could no longer take care of her. And I was just like, I need a pet. I wanted a cat. We even thought of a bunny, but because of my allergies, we could not have a bunny. So mom's like, what about buying a bird? You know, you love birds. We pretty much had birds my whole life growing up. And so I started looking online and found somebody locally that was selling cockatiels. And it turned out that Jimmy is a descendant from the birds that my grandmother bred. My grandmother bred cockatiels, parakeets, green cheek conures. She used to breed birds, and she ended up selling them many years ago to somebody that we knew. And it turned out that he's a descendant of those birds. So it was really neat. And when we picked him up, we actually got to, because the people that bred him were the people that I gave my cat to when he started destroying our house. So I got to see my cat again. My cat actually thought he was coming home with me. It was the saddest, most precious thing ever. Snitch, can you get out of the fireplace? My cat is in the fireplace. Thankfully, it's been cleaned and stuff, so it's not like ashy and all that. But it is a wood burning fireplace. So yeah, Jimmy is my baby, as a snitch, of course. But Jimmy is my little boy. But he's very much a homebody and likes most of his time in his cage. Because when I had him, I was sick and everything, and he spent a lot of time in his cage. So he likes his cage. That is his home base. Anyway, let's see here. But yeah, move as well. Me and Abby are totally moved, except for my sewing stuff still has to be brought from the storage unit. I do have my desk, but I need all my sewing stuff from from the storage unit so I can get to business. I did officially take the shop off of vacation, so I can actually take orders now. We're probably still about a week out from me actually sitting down and sewing, if I were to get an order. But I'm excited to have it. Um, Excuse me. I'm excited to have it up and running. Now, if you go over there, you cannot chew Mama's headphones. Um, Hi. But yeah, so we're getting settled. Surprise, surprise, we had an interesting night last night. Andrew had to call the cops on the neighbors across the street because they were having a fight, and he said it sounded like someone was getting hurt quite a bit. So he called the cops, and they came over there and all that. That was fun at 2 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, so this is not as nice of a neighborhood as we were living in, which is a little bit of a bummer, but it's also not a bad neighborhood. It's pretty cool. And the way we're positioned in our apartment, can you not chew on my headphones? The way we're positioned is we're literally the last apartment in this complex. We are at the exact end. So, from where I'm sitting right here is the whole side yard up against the fence. And then we have a back patio. Like, we technically have a lot of room. And because we're the end slot, we have technically 3 parking spaces, but there could be a 4th, which is nice. Because the townhomes have assigned parking, which is nice. The apartments don't, but the townhomes do. Hi from Korea. Well, hello, Jigsaw Kim. I think that's the first time I've had somebody from Korea in my stream. Um, but we are getting settled and stuff, and I've really not been feeling good at all. Basically, it feels like my brain is swelled because I have so much pressure throughout my head, and it could just be from my sinus infection that I kind of have going on and stuff like that. You just wanted to say hi. Well, I'm happy you said hi. But we're getting settled. I have to unpack my room and stuff. Oh, he's tickling me so bad. Kesha from Long Beach, California. Hello. Oh, wow. Well, congratulations for coming out. I hope it went well. I know that can be a rough thing. My mother, I haven't officially like come out to my mother or my family as bisexual or pansexual, but I've told my mother. I have both a girlfriend and a boyfriend. I am also polyamorous. So that means our household has 4 people. Andrew is with all 3 of us girls. I am with one of the other girls. It went not very well. Aw, that's a bummer. So I am with Andrew and Abby. And then Zelly is only with Andrew. Abby is with both me and Andrew. But I am also asexual, so I don't have a sexual relationship with any of them. And at least not anymore. I used to with Andrew, but I just don't like it. I have discovered that sex is not my forte. I don't like it. It's just so I am asexual and pansexual. But and that's an interesting. I guess at this point I can only say I'm bisexual because I've technically never been with anyone but a cisgender male or female. But I wouldn't really care either way. So I'm pretty much pansexual, but it's different because I'm also asexual, so it's more like pan-romantic, I guess. Um, Sadly, one of the bad things about this particular apartment is the water here. Shh. The water, Jimmy. Hey, we're not squawking. Not. What? What is the squawking? Huh? Hi. Hello. Kiss? No. No kiss? Oh, you want to play the game? This is his game. He loves this game. He's not hurting. Hello from Tennessee. Was wondering if you've ever had an African gray. No, but they're amazing birds. African grays are some of the smartest parrots on the face of the planet. They are amazing, and I would love to own one. But I don't think I ever will. Number one, they're really expensive. Number two, they just take a lot of care. And I don't know that You pooped on me. I don't know that I could give... Okay, see you later. I don't know that I could give a African gray the attention they would need. Plus... Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. I'm doing okay. I'm doing a lot better than I was. But right now I have something going on. My head is killing me. There's just immense pressure in my whole head. So we're not totally sure what it is. Do you want to go back to your cage? Huh, look, there's a birdie on the screen. You want to go back? Ready? Go ahead. Despite my bird being clipped, Jimmy, no screaming. No screaming. Shh. He hears somebody talking in the other. He hears Abby, and he's like, "What's going on?" No, hey, Jimmy. No screaming. I hate it when he screams. It's just this ear-piercing scream. Like, I got a video clip of him this morning, with the cat, and they were both sitting right there. And Jimmy was just singing Andy Griffith like there was no tomorrow. He was so happy. He is a dream when it comes to moving. He's just a dream. He loves to ride in the car, so him going in the car is just, he loves it. And I just throw his cage in the car, he sits in his cage, and he's happy as a clam. And he's just so easy to move. Snitch did really good this time, though. He's a little weird about riding in the car. He likes it, but at the same time, it's scary. So, he's really pretty adjusted at this point. And it's kind of interesting because this gave him and the dog a new level playing ground. So their dynamic is a little bit different now. Speaking of cat, coming to visit. Oh, there's that. Jimmy, where are you going? He's just playing right now. Oh, I froze. What happened? Let's see if that fixes it. There we go. Okay. Hi, baby. Snitch did really good with this move. When we brought him here, we locked him in my room for the day, or for the night, basically, so that everybody could move stuff without having to worry about the cat. And he searched my room for a few minutes, and then he just laid in bed with his favorite plushie of mine, Neo. He thinks that it's his. So, and then the next day, he came down and explored that night once we were done, and he's perfectly acclimated. The only thing is with the dog, he and the dog don't have like a friendship, but they have like a coexisting agreement basically. And the funny thing is, in this apartment, she tries to cock block him from getting in and out of the kitchen. he won't jump the gate if she's standing anywhere near it. So like he'll want food and she'll just stand in front of the gate and he won't go anywhere and he's just like, "Mama, help." And it's really funny. But yeah. I got a sample of the North Shore diapers. They work great. Thank you for the recommendation. Yes, the Megamaxes, I'm in one right now. Those are my primary diaper that I use. With my last case of Megamax, they sent in a sample of the North Shore Supreme, and I forgot how much I hate those diapers. I hate the North Shore Supremes, but I love the Megamaxes. You know, and they're a little more expensive than the North Shore Supremes, but they work so much better for me. But yeah. So you guys, look at this. Jimmy's up there, Snitch is up there, over there, and they will literally just sit there and be buddies and happily coexist. Like the cat is scared of my bird, and it's funny. I love it, but it's nice that I can keep an eye on him. We don't have ceiling fans in this apartment, which is both bad and good. Not having ceiling fans means I don't have to worry about Jimmy getting whacked by a ceiling fan. And something that's really cool about this place is this is actually a very tall vaulted ceiling. And I love it, except for one thing. Number one, there's no actual light in the living room. There's a hallway one and there's a dining room one. There's no actual light in the living room, but there is a hook so you could like hang some sort of light. So we're probably into that. Don't ask me why my water bottle is tilted to the side. That's weird. But yeah, so, but no ceiling fans means I don't have to worry about the bird with that. Now it does mean that, you know, I still have to watch him like around the dog, around the cat, around the doors, because the dog is blind. She doesn't know birds at all. So with him, we have to be really careful with her because she's also one to like, if something flies at her, she tends to snap at it. So we have to be really careful because with Snitch, he's not really going to hurt the bird. He doesn't have big enough mouth to do anything with this bird, really. I mean, don't get me wrong. That I still completely monitor every moment when the bird is out and the cat is around. But with the dog, I have to be super duper careful because if he flies and lands on her, she's going to go. She's a Chesapeake Bay Retriever golden or chocolate lab mix. She's a big dog. She's got a big mouth. She could snap his neck in an instant. So we have to watch that interaction quite a bit. But yeah. So, by the way, guys, we should see a huge improvement in my streams from Twitch. I know this is a little wonky, but when I'm using my laptop and Twitch and all that, we should see a huge improvement in quality and buffering and whatnot because when we moved here, we were able to get gigabit internet. And we get crazy good speeds, which is amazing. We were so happy that we could do that because Abby streams, I stream. You know, sometimes we're doing it at the same time, and our old internet just couldn't keep up with the stream. Now we will have zero problems with that at all, which is really, really cool. You have a 7-year-old lab, yeah. I would have Leah out here for you guys to meet because she's officially out of her cone of shame. She had an eye ulcer in her eye, and we had to keep her in a cone it's been 2.5 weeks of a cone while it healed, and we gave her the medicines. Last night we gave her a break from the cone, and she just left her eye alone, which meant she's healed enough that we can let her out of the cone permanently now. So she is such a happy doggy about that. Like, it's really the one thing with the cone, why the cone was so horrible is because she is blind. And she has to memorize the new apartment, which she's already memorized where the door is, and she's starting to go to the door and ask to go out from the right door, which is awesome. But she would run into everything with the cone and scrape against the wall and all the time, which was not fun to listen to. So it's nice that she has, and it's so much nicer for her to be out of that cone. Like, she couldn't scratch her ears. She couldn't bathe properly. We took that cone off, and she must have bathed herself for a good hour. She was so happy to be out of that cone, and it was so cute. Like, she just walked over here with the biggest smile, like, oh my God. And it was so cute. But yeah, it was it's always nice to see when your pets are just like, thank you. But she's a fantastic dog. She is really good at diabetic alert. She's 12 years old, so she's an old doggy, but she alerts to Abby's lows, her low blood sugar. She also understands what the alarm means when her phone goes off with, "Hey, your blood sugar's low." Um, she will like get somebody and like, or she'll rush straight to Abby or something like that, so she knows how to tell us that, hey, she's not doing well. When Leah inevitably does pass away, we are going to get another dog at some point, but it's going to be cross trained between me and her so that it can sense seizures and it can also sense the diabetic stuff. Because I don't have the ability, like between her and I, we can take care of a dog, but between her and I, we cannot take care of two. So we will probably cross train the next dog to be a seizure and diabetes dog. So, but yeah. Anyway, that being said, hopefully, I'm hoping I want to draw this week. At some point, once I get my chair and stuff from my sewing chair is still at the old house. Once we're set up in my sewing room, I'll be doing sewing. I actually have a couple of tasks to do for the house for that. And we'll do a little bit of a house tour later on in the week. Once we're a little bit more unpacked. But I really want to get to some drawing possibly this week, although I've just been like, my hands are shaking. Like, I just have not been doing great, so I haven't been able to draw at all, which makes me sad. I really do want to get back into drawing. But yeah, it's nice being moved. It's really nice finally being moved, and we are not planning on moving again until we buy a house. We've all kind of said that. We're like, Hannah's tired of moving. I can't stand it. Andrew, the poor guy last night was in so much pain from moving everything because um, Hannah right now has an issue with her calves of her legs. I have issues with my back. I haven't been able to walk. Abby has issues with her ankle right now. While Abby has a lot of strength, her ankle is bad and she can't do a ton of walking on it, or we will be out of commission. But so he had to do a lot of the moving of boxes and such himself, which I feel really bad about. But in all actuality, me not being involved in the actual like loading and unloading of the truck has made it much smoother because number one, I am slow. I don't have the greatest mobility in the world because my legs and my back. Um, so Andrew was able to move at his own pace, do it exactly how he wanted, and I just let him roll with it. I'm like, okay, you do your thing. I'm gonna watch the cat. I'm gonna watch the dog. We're gonna just let you guys do your thing. And it went a lot smoother than I expected. There were no arguments. There were no, like, nothing really. And it was really nice. And we tend to argue when we're moving because it's like we have different ideas of how we want to do things. And with just giving that over to him pretty much, and me not being involved in it as much, other than packing up my room, helping Abby pack up her room, and packing up my sewing room, blah, 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 blah. But like, it went so much smoother this time around than it did last time. And when we buy our house, we'll obviously line up people to help us move. Hey, it's a V. Welcome in, V. Hi, Jimmy. Hi. She can come out. He was just flying around, but he's on his cage now. So, but what vape mod do you have? This is here. I'll just show you. Oh wait, where's the thing? Oh, it's backwards. Derp. It's Smock. It says G Priv Baby. It's an awesome one. I love this vape.
Hello.
There's an Abby. Beep-a-doo. Don't eat the gummy worms. Let's not eat the gummy worms.
I've heard of them.
You can have a couple. Just have a couple. Yeah, just have a couple. He gave me a couple. No, G, not C. G Priv Bab. Yeah, right? I know. And it's green, which is my favorite color. Like, my vape, Leah, who cannot have gummy worms. She just went out and pooped, by the way, so
Okay.
she's all good. She is doing so good just going to the door. It's just sitting on the stairway, like hiding from her. But my vape died, and for my birthday in November, Andrew said we could replace my vape, and we walked in. I wasn't sure what I wanted, and then I saw this thing, and I'm like, it's calling out to me. It's my favorite color. It's basically the same mod but newer of the one that died, and it was just like, this is a gorgeous baby. Now it is got some. This used to all be green, and it's definitely rubbing off, but I don't really care because the silver still looks really cool with it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh. It's really interesting watching the dynamic with the cat and dog since the move right now. I'm just because he just came downstairs. Like he slinks around her so much right now and everything, and he's not as like this is my house type of deal. It's more of a this is both of our houses. But she really does like to block him in and out of the kitchen, and it's really funny. She'll just like stand there, and he's just like sitting in the kitchen. Meow. Oh, you're coming in Mama's face. You're sitting on Mama's headphones. Oh yes, hi baby. He's been very, very chill. Like
Her eye looks fantastic.
I know, and she's not touching it.
Yeah, I think it's very made very cool.
Yeah, she was so happy to have that off last night. I was telling them she took like a 30-minute bath at least.
She was just doing that too.
She's just like, I'm so happy. But no, I like our place. Like it's not a high quality place, just to say the least. But
But it's very homey.
it is very homey. The biggest problem that because we used to live here about a year ago. Actually, we lived down there, in a different apartment. The biggest issue that this apartment complex has is their bathrooms. I don't think these bathrooms have. She's not gonna feed. Oh, she might feed you. Hey, Abby, would you mind giving Snitch some food? Leah, let him through. Let him go. Snitch, you just have to go. But they don't do the bathrooms well. Snitch, Abby's gonna give you some oh. You might have to call him in there. Abby's giving you some lunch. Oh, it doesn't matter. Any fork. There is one over by the sink that was used for him. You can just use that one. Snitch, Abby's giving you food. He's listening. He's like, I hear it. Leah, come here.
Yeah.
She knows that the cat's getting fed. So she's like in the way, and he's like at the stairs, like, Mama, she won't let me go through.
Yeah.
You have an.
Back off. Go.
Come on, Leah. Snitch, go get it. I've never heard of that one. Oh, from Geek Vape. Okay. He'll go in there eventually, Abby, don't worry. You went to the beach yesterday, but you barely remember it. Was someone else fronting? Is that why? Ah, out of his way, Leah. Right here. He got like a little bit grumpy because she went straight for the gate when he was. He's fine. He'll eat eventually. But yeah. But no, they need to remodel these bathrooms really badly. They need new tubs. They need new they haven't. I don't think they've ever put in new tubs or maybe toilets. But
Toilet section.
yeah. But the tub they just keep recoating.
Back up.
Back up. That's you're gonna get stuck in there. That's the only problem. Come around this way to see me. Come around the other way. Come here. Over here. Come here. You can come see me. You look so good. But yeah, they keep recoating the tubs, which I'm not sure if they're recoating them or if they're painting them with regular paint. But they literally do the whole tub, and it eventually chips away because it's paint on a tub. It doesn't work that way. So it ends up like Andrew's tub is so slippery that he almost fell like 5 times taking a shower last night. So he's going to Walmart directly after work and getting sticky stuff to go on the bottom of the tub. I didn't have that problem in our tub. I have that problem on our floor. For some reason, the linoleum in the bathrooms is super slippery. And I don't know why. But either way, we have the bigger, nicer bathroom. I don't usually get the bigger, nicer bathroom because they usually take the master bedroom, which usually has the nicer bathroom. But we actually have the bigger, nicer bathroom, which is really good because we actually also have the cat litter box in our bathroom because there's just nowhere to keep it otherwise.
We both get sick frequently.
Yeah, we both get sick frequently. Oh, by the way, we're always throwing up a lot. I try to use the barf bags if at all possible because I hate vomiting in the toilet. But sometimes you have to.
Yeah, I prefer it because I normally have to.
You know, so. Are you just having so much fun over there, Jimmy? He was just like nodding away. He doesn't usually sit out like this either. He's enjoying himself. Are you having a good time? He's like, Mama, the curtain needs to go up higher. He's just over here chilling away, being happy as a little clam. He won't come to you from his cage. I have to chase him. This is the only reason. So, yes, my alarm went off. Okay? The only reason he's not staying there, my dad kind of traumatized my bird when I first got him because he would always stick his fingers inside the cage, like poke at the bird. So, unfortunately, that has carried over the years. So whenever anyone's near his cage and they move their hands, he's like, he's not like gonna be mean to anyone, but he just is like, So having him where everybody's always sitting right next to him just reinforces that bad behavior. So he's actually going to be moving this right here at the end of the couch where like my feet are and no one rarely sits, so that he's not right in people's faces. Now, the only reason he's over here is Andrew put him in front of the window, which is fine and dandy, but the bird does not need to be in front of the window 24/7. Fall is coming, winter is coming. He's not going to be right by the window, which is fairly cold, because these windows are not the greatest. They're not bad, but they're not the greatest. You know, so he'll be moving over there, so he's got a little bit more of his own space, but he's, you know, that's the only reason I want to move him, is I don't want to reinforce that behavior.
The doctor finally called in Zilkan under control.
Finally.
Only 15 Zilkan, but I see the GIs and stuff.
Oh.
Because I'm on the higher dose, I'm normally only GIs, right? So they only write so much out as a comfort thing.
Yeah. That's true. They only ever write that many for me, too, which is stupid. I had the GI write 30, but, like, yeah. Hopefully they didn't do the dissolvable ones.
Really?
Oh, good. Okay.
8 milligrams still dissolvable, maybe.
You were pretty dissociated then, just emotionally flat. It's a Yuki! Hi, Snitch. My Doctor Who shirt, I actually have to pick that up. My Doctor Who shirt started peeling. But that's also because I didn't realize Sport Flex is for like nylon and polyester, not cotton. So it doesn't really stick to cotton very long. And that's what I used. Plus, I have discovered that my shirts that are peeling and everything are peeling because an iron, like a household iron, does not have an even heat surface. And with the vinyl, that's very important, is to have an even heat surface so that it properly adheres. So obviously when the time comes, I am getting my Cricut and my Easy Press to do the stuff. So I have saved up enough for the Cricut, and the Easy Press will have to save up a little bit more. Well, technically I've saved it and Andrew used it, so he owes me like $400. So hopefully once my disability comes in, we will be able to get that very soon because that's going to be a huge part of my business.
I'm gonna call the center I filed my disability to and let them know I know some stuff.
I have to do that to the lawyer too. I had never called the lawyer.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn into your lawyer because I know it will take my case.
Yeah. You have submitted your application though?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just enough has changed. They might require a new one. They probably will. So.
Yeah, we can give them a call
Mm-hmm.
and get you in there.
I mean, my ankle alone would qualify.
Yeah. It might not qualify you for permanent disability because technically that is something that could heal.
Right.
Eventually. But your other stuff. Yeah.
Incurable diseases are fucking awesome.
Right? She's got a very so we both have like chronic illnesses. Mine is more based off of my genetic disease, which technically is not curable, but for me, since I've had all my surgeries and I'm healthier again, it doesn't affect the actual disease doesn't seem to affect my daily life. But the surgeries have caused a lot of things. Your girl is doing better. I am glad to hear that, Yuki. I'm glad to hear that. But Abby, with the diabetes and all your other stuff, it's just like, it's a constant battle. And mine's a constant battle too, but it's a different type of constant battle.
Yeah. Mine is this could fucking kill you.
Yeah. It almost did. Just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, my fucking insulin pump said it was delivering insulin, it wasn't delivering.
Yeah.
So they send me a new one, like they should. It won't fucking turn on. They have to send me another new one.
This one thankfully is working, but like she would have been dead within a few hours of.
Within 12 to 24 hours.
Yeah, she would have been dead within a day had we not gotten her to the emergency room for the DKA.
I felt so sick.
I couldn't imagine.
I myself dying.
I cannot imagine. Like type 1 diabetes is like seriously one of the worst. Like it's a really bad disease to have.
It's a full-time job.
Yeah. Like people cope well with it and you can get it fairly under control, but at the same time, it's a daily task of from minute to minute your blood sugar is different and you have to do certain things for it, and it's just like I am very thankful I don't personally have it because I would go insane. But
I don't know how I handle it. I just sort of said I'm not gonna let it win.
Yeah.
Went with it.
Like if I had it, I'm sure I would figure it out, but for me, I'm glad I don't have that one.
I'm grateful you don't have it.
Yuki has glomped the Abby.
I glomped in return.
Jimmy is trying to get down and figure out what he wants to do. He wants to get down on the floor so bad. I can tell you that much right now. We are not floor walking right now, buddy. Give me a few more times of vacuuming this house and then we'll let you. There you go. I love that he just goes back in his cage when he's ready. Because now that he's going in, he'll probably stay in. He might come back out. We'll see. But it's nice because we don't have a ceiling fan. At our old house, because the ceiling was so high, we had to run, the ceiling fan pretty much constantly to circulate all the air properly. This one, it's going to be a hassle in the winter because the ceiling is high in here. And so I think that's going to affect the heating. But it's nice for the bird that I don't have to worry about a ceiling fan going. I can just let him out and not have to make sure I turn it off and turn it back on when he's in and blah, 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 blah. Now, he's not going to be loose at all. He's not going to be allowed to just free reign. But he can have a little bit more freedom now, which is nice. So you wonder if the bleeding on your brain is from the EDS. I don't know. I don't know if EDS causes that or not. I mean, it technically could, I'm sure.
It sounds plausible.
Yeah. Hi, kitty.
I see the doctors stay at 4:30 trying to figure out these seizures.
Okay. Yeah. Hopefully it's just like a seizure seizure type of thing. Because it seems to only happen when you're like super duper.
No, I wasn't anxious when I had the first one. I was feeling better.
Okay.
I was anxious after it because
Okay.
I reacted that way.
Yeah, I'm not surprised Like they're gonna want to do EEGs and stuff. They're gonna get you into the neurologist.
Yeah.
You know, and they'll do a bunch of EEGs and stuff, which are fun when you have long hair, by the way,
Oh, yeah.
because of all the glue. It's disgusting. Like my hair was only like this long when I had it, and it was like sticking up everywhere. It took like 2 days to get the glue out of my hair. But I know there's some things that are really good at getting it out. Oh, so if any, yeah, vascular, yeah, that's true. If you have vascular EDS, that's a very likely thing. So I was something popped up on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, and it made me think, and I realized you can make yogurt in your Instapot. It has a yogurt setting. I am a yogurt fanatic, but I don't want to do dairy yogurt because I don't like dairy yogurt. My mom used to make yogurt. I hated it. But you can also make coconut yogurt in it. And I am so going to try that because coconut yogurt is amazing.
It's good.
Like you can make coconut yogurt just with like freaking coconut milk and probiotic and just let it chill and firm. But I could do it in a bigger batch. That would be awesome because I love my yogurt. And coconuts are very, very, very good for your health. So I am going to actually research a little bit more, talk to Andrew, see if he's willing to let me do that or not in his Instapot. He's very picky about his air fryer and his Instapot. Mostly he uses the Instapot as a rice cooker, so I think it'll be fine. The only thing is it can take up to 24 hours to do it, so we'll see. But I'm going to try to do that because that would be really good for me. Okay, so I'm a ding dong, guys. So you know how my alarm's been going off, right? Because it's time to take meds. And I'm sitting here, it's not, my med bucket's not sitting there, right? Oh, I must have taken it upstairs. I'll have to go get it. No, my tablet is sitting on top of it. So I can go ahead and take my meds. Yay. Wait, oh, there. Oh my god, I am not with it, guys. Seriously. I am not with it. You're not going upstairs, doggy. There is zero need for you to go upstairs.
Yeah, you dork.
She's just sitting there staring. She hasn't tried to go up yet. She's just sat there. But we'll have to go clean up poop probably later today. There's a couple of piles. I know where 2 of them are. So, you have leg calf Perthes disease. They fix it as a Perthes disease. Is that? I've heard of that. Came back worse now. My leg is 2 inches shorter than the other. Wow. That's a crazy. Abby is soaked. Yes, probably.
No.
Really?
Really?
Oh. I'm a bit wet. I haven't changed yet today, but I was dry when I woke up. So it's kind of funny. I've been chugging the water and the Gatorade and stuff to stay hydrated, but I can still kind of feel a little bit. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I was working at a call center just after the seizures started. I was working at a daycare, then the seizures started, and I'm like, I cannot continue to work at a daycare. So I wasn't working for a little while we got the seizures under control. Once they were more under control, I started working again at a call center, which turned out to be a very bad environment when you have a seizure condition like me. Bonk your head much, Leah? And so after about a year and a half, almost 2 years, I ended up getting fired because I missed almost 2 months of work. Because it was not for the seizures. I was in a state of like a cyclic vomiting syndrome type of thing where I was just constantly vomiting every day, even though I wasn't actually sick. So I ended up, even though I had doctor's notes, I ended up losing my job. And so I started working at Joann's. I would have happily stayed at Joann's, despite the fact that it killed my plantar fasciitis really bad, but so long as I had a 4-hour shift, I could work just fine, sort of. I'd be in immense pain the rest of the night, but I I could have done it for a little while. Probably not where I am now because I have declined. Um, but I became severely allergic to things that they sell in the store every fall and winter. And I went into anaphylaxis, full blown anaphylaxis, pretty much once. And then I was able to leave work before it got to that point again. And I ended up having to quit that job. And at that point, we kind of said, okay, it's time to pursue disability again because I was on it for a while after I moved to Kansas. I only got that's actually the only reason I got the call center job was because they decided that because they never received the proper paperwork, which I sent to them, they decided that I was improved and I could work. So that's why I got the call center job because I was able to sit and, but the environment is just so stressful. Like you guys, call center jobs is known to be one of the most stressful jobs that there is. But we decided to pursue disability again because I just cannot work. I have too many health issues going on to work. So, but we're still waiting for the determination. It's coming up on 4 months. So we should be hearing very soon, hopefully, because we really, really need to have that income coming in. It's just, we get by on the 2 incomes, but we really need to have a 3rd income, and hopefully we'll both be getting disability. That would be good. Both you and Abby are biggest babs. No. While Yuki is biggest girl. No. Yuki is biggest bab. One good thing is I'm actually to the point where I can use my binky again at night. Yay. I have not been able to sleep having a binky in like a month, and I hate it. Although I think it has broken me of my extreme need for my binky. Not being able, okay, kitty, I gotta lay down and you're in my way. Ugh. Watch out, kitty. Yeah, it was horrible. The call center was just awful. On top of that, I had a coworker that would fake seizures in front of me and stuff, and it was bad. She's just a horrible human being in general. She is a pathological liar, and yeah, she's just, oh my god. Ugh. Yeah. But it was not a fun situation. But my body is tired. My body is very tired today. Jimmy's asleep. Oh. Birds are weird when they sleep. They don't they rarely just sleep consistently. They just close their eyes, open, close, open, close. He also never sleeps on that perch, which is kind of funny. My big toe is numb right now. That's fun. I was sitting on it, so I'm not surprised. But it feels weird. Pretty sure the place was why I was having tics from the first place. Probably. Your arm is hurting today? That's sad face, Yuki. I'm actually hungry, kind of. I just have to figure out what to eat. We don't have a microwave at the moment because in the process of the move, Dad and Andrew destroyed the microwave accidentally. I don't know how it happened, but all I know is the door had a massive hole in it and something went wrong. So our perfectly good microwave is now dead. So we have to get a new microwave. That's going to be happening very soon. But I'm curious to see how streaming on my laptop is going to go. I do have my laptop here, but I don't have it plugged in at the moment. I have to figure that out yet. So, but yeah. Oh, blood flow stops. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I remember. I know. Yeah. I didn't. Yeah, because it's rare that that actually reoccurs when you're older. I heard, but. Ugh. I can't wait till I can have my sewing room back and get back to um, get back to working on my sewing again and stuff. Like super duper excited. It'll be awesome. My first task is well, not my first task. One of my first tasks is going to be making our family a T-shirt basically that has the polyamorous symbol. It's basically an infinity symbol that says, I want to say it says trust, love, and communication. I don't know. Let me find it. Rel click. Polyamorous. My phone knows me very well. Or us. Symbol. There it is. I'm sorry, I had that wrong. It is a heart with an infinity symbol through it. And here, I'll show you a couple of them here. But you can also, a lot of people, there it is. This is the one I want to do. This is what I want to do on our shirts. It says love, honesty, and communication. Basically, that's what's going to be on our shirts, and we're all four going to have one. Not all to wear at the same time, but just so we have them. When just two won't do. That is so cute. It's that thing said polyamory. When just two won't do. I like that. That is awesome. I like that a lot. But yeah, that's going to be one of the shirt designs that I do. But I'm hoping to really do a lot of shirt designing. I do have to join um yes, yes. Um I do have to join this one website's membership. They have a die cutting machine membership, and when you buy their 1 year membership, you actually get a free commercial license for all of their stuff. So anything you can download as a cut file, you can use commercially. And I plan on doing that because it opens up a huge array of fonts and images that you can, like, the thing with SVG files is you can literally pull apart each bit of the file. So you may find a heart from one and an infinity symbol from the other and a font from the other, and stuff like that. Yes, I still want to do some Pikmin drawing. Ooh. That is awful. The sciatic nerve is a painful one. I have had a pinched sciatic nerve before. It is horrible. Hello, kitty. Cat butt. It's nice because he has not been complete Velcro today. The other day before my seizure, he would not get up. Like I would like try to move him, and he would like put all of his weight into like flopping out of my arm or forcing himself downward so that he stayed on me. So he's not been like that the last couple days, which is nice. This is just typical. You still smell like vanilla. We have a pet friendly bug spray that's basically essential oils and stuff, and you can use it on him, and he still smells like it. He wants to go in the cupboard. Like seriously, In the upstairs bathroom, there's nothing under the sink at the moment in the cupboards, and he keeps going up there and opening the cupboard and sitting in it. He has opened the downstairs bathroom. He literally, within 5 minutes of being in the house, like out in the house, he had opened the bathroom cupboard, and he had gotten into the cupboard. No, that was the next day. Yesterday morning, he got up on the counter and opened up the top cupboard and climbed in it. I went into the kitchen to get the dog out of there because she had gotten to his food and was stuck because the washing machine was still there. And she had gotten stuck. So I went in there and I'm getting her unstuck, and all of a sudden I hear the loudest meow. And I'm like, where did that just come from? And I turn around to look for the cat on the floor, and all of a sudden his head pops out of the cupboard. I'm just like, dude. So we basically have to childproof all of our cupboards from him because he gets into them so bad. Like he'll just open them and crawl in and like play in it for a while. It's really weird that he likes that so much. But he's obviously, as you can tell, fairly adjusted to the new house. He already knows where my room is. He's been spending a lot of time up in my room. He will spend a lot of time in the sewing room with me. And obviously our typical in the living room. But Leah, you might want to come over here. I don't think Abby will be able to get out. She's like cock blocking in the kitchen. She likes to do that. So we have a baby gate up, which is really, it's just one of those cheap $10 ones that's wooden and stuff that slide. But I can't, it's a very big struggle for me to get over the gate. And Andrew had it up by the stairs the other day when we first moved in to keep Leah from going upstairs, which she has not tried to go upstairs yet. So I moved the gate. I'm like, I'm tired of kicking her out of the kitchen because she doesn't like the hardwood or the hard floors. It throws off her hearing and everything, and she gets stuck in the kitchen. And so I've put up the gate in the kitchen, but it's so hard for me to get over the gates. And the only one that can successfully get over the gate is Abby. Both Andrew and Hannah keep tripping on it. And she's got the long legs. Like, she's not that much taller than Andrew and Hannah, but she has longer legs. So she can just scale the gate no problem. And it's only about 18 to 24 inches tall. I forget how tall it is. But I have such short legs that, okay, so if it's 24 inches, my inseam measurement is literally 28 inches. So that's only 4 inches of a gap, and my diaper takes up a lot of that gap. So for me, getting over the gate is really hard. So Andrew's task for today is that he is going to buy a gate that, number one, is semi-permanent, but it's a walk-through gate, which will make a big difference. Because I cannot, with my legs the way they are and my back the way they are, me getting over the gate is literally like a circus act. It's hilarious. Because I don't have good balance. Doroteo, hello. EDS perks, right? No, I unfortunately have so my oldest sister is about 5'10", I want to say 5'9", 5'10". She's super tall and she has super long legs. Then is my next sister, my next older sister. She's actually an inch shorter than me, and then is me. And then it goes back to another tall one. My sister Carissa is like 5'8", 5'9", with super long legs. Then is Jenna. Jenna is more like 5'6", 5'7". But she's still taller than me and skinnier than me, so it's like she has longer legs. I have, seriously, the shortest, like, my torso is long, my legs are squatty. This is like annoying. Okay. But it's kind of funny. I have short, squatty legs, and it's hilarious. makes for like it's kind of funny because like I always have to shorten my patterns when I'm making pants. Like always. I don't think I've ever made a pants pattern to its true length. Or I've cut it out at its true length, but I've had to like shorten it once I have it sewn together. So it's like I always have to shorten them several inches because the typical pants pattern is going to be 32 inches. So I always have to shorten it. If I buy pants from the store, they're always too long. Except for if I'm buying guys' pants, because when I buy guys' pants, I can go with a 30 length, and that's about right once I have shoes on and stuff. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, a lot of people with EDS are very thin and lanky because I don't know. You guys have this nice body style. I mean, I wouldn't want to be super thin. Like I don't. I have a very big boned body. My hands are big. My feet are huge. So like my wrist is massive. My fingers are big. I wear like a size 10 ring, guys. My fingers and like everything is very big as far as my extremities. I have very big bones for my height. And so I wouldn't look good skinny. I look really good between 150 and 170 pounds. Yeah. Um, I look, Jimmy, you're getting your dust everywhere. Stop. I look really good at about 150 to 170. Anywhere between 140 and 170 is really where I look really good. I am sadly double that right now. About. And it drives me crazy. Like, that is my biggest insecurity is my weight. And my boobs are not big because of my weight. My boobs are big because my family has freaking humongous boobs. We all just have, except for one sister. She has the tiny boobs of the family. The rest of us all have boobs that are huge, and I hate it. Especially being non-binary, my boobs are my dysphoric thing. My body drives me crazy because I am not an eater anymore, guys. Like, before my surgeries, I had a decent appetite, but I wasn't like overeating. I was 160 pounds and I looked really good. But over the last few years, with the decline of my body, um, my inability to move around as much seems to affect my weight a lot. Even though I eat like one meal a day, I eat like dinner and a small lunch. Um, I haven't eaten yet today. I may not eat till dinner. I don't know. Which probably is one thing that does semi affect my weight is that my body is holding on to the fat, which is really frustrating because I've only gained like I got really heavy when I lived in Connecticut. I went up to 220, which was at the time my heaviest weight. I then went back down to about 170, looked fantastic. And then I moved here. I was really skinny until about 3 years ago when my body kind of just started holding on to every calorie that I eat. And it makes me really upset because the only way I can really truly work on exercise is either through PT or through swimming because I can't do things like running and walking and weightlifting and all that right now. I have too many allergies to be outdoors walking and running. I have asthma, which affects it. However, if I'm in the pool, the weight, the allergies are not so bad because I can swim and I move better in the pool than I do outside the pool. And plus, I'm a fish. I love the water. I would literally like be in water every single day of my life if I could. Thankfully, we do have a pool here that I'm so excited about. We only have a couple more weeks of it being open, so as soon as we can, I want to go swimming. I have yet to go swimming this summer because we had so much rain that our lake was just flooded to all hell. It was flooded to all hell because of the rain, and it wasn't safe to swim, and we did actually have a kid, a 13-year-old, drown in our lake because of the flooding. So it's not been safe to go to the lake at all. It costs money to go to the public pool. And so now that we have a pool here, we'll definitely be doing more swimming. Okay. I used to get a lot of comments about how thin I am. Happened with the doctor at the psych ER. Oh boy, yeah. Can't even do underwater stuff. My knee still doesn't stay in place. Yeah, well, EDS is different. I also move better in the water. Yeah. Well, it's just that the water, number one, it gives you it gives you a natural resistance. But number two, any weight that is on your joints and stuff is completely taken away. So there's no impact. And when I'm in the water, I literally do exercise. I swim back and forth. I usually do a couple laps of a specific exercise, making sure I'm, moving my legs, exercising as best I can. I'm interested to see how swimming goes since my hips have been dislocating. Which thankfully it's been like a week since they dislocated. Well, no, that's not true. I take that back. But I'm interested to see how that will work out with my hips. That's the other thing. Since September, I have been unable to do any much movement because the hips dislocate all the time. Which I really do need to get in to see a doctor about as soon as I have disability. EDS is weird. I love swimming. Like, it is like pulling teeth to get me out of the water. Like, I love swimming. I am not a great swimmer. I love being in the water, though. It's just a wonderful, wonderful little, it's just, I love it. It's just my happy place. I am not able to swim unsupervised, though, because of the seizure condition. I am not allowed to swim unsupervised. So that's one reason that I don't get in as much swimming as I like, because up until now, I've had to wait till Hannah gets home, and she doesn't get home till 7 o'clock, 7:30 every night. So by the time we do that, it's dark, it's late, we don't want to swim. Well, she doesn't want to swim. But now that Abby lives here, her and I can supervise each other while swimming. So we'll be able to, go swimming during the day more. I still have to unpack swimsuit and stuff. That's one reason we're not swimming right now, because I still have to unpack. But well, I'm glad that that's helping. My family, on my mother's side, has some sort of condition. I don't know exactly what it is, but all of us, like almost so many family members on my mom's side, we have tendons in the wrist that separate, like right there. It separates. It is horribly painful. Horribly painful. I used to get it a lot more when I was in school and stuff, and constantly, moving my wrist and writing like mad, because I was a humongous writer when I was younger. I loved to write. I don't like it as much now, but I was going to be a Braille transcriber. I was actually, my grandfather on my dad's side was a Braille transcriber. He passed away a year or two ago. He was a Braille transcriber, and he was teaching me how to transcribe Braille. And I had done it for like a year, but unfortunately, it was causing horrible wrist pain. Being constantly on the computer and typing, like literally hours and hours and hours of every day, just on the computer typing away. So I was not, ouch, cat, you're hurting my arm. I was not able to continue, unfortunately. I still I can still read Braille pretty well. I used to have a Braille dictionary, actually. Not a dictionary, but it was called a dictionary. It was basically like I could look up a word and I could find the Braille for it in there, and it was everything. It was like a book like that thick. I loved that book, and I would actually just sit and look at it all the time. And I was I loved it. It fascinates me. But at the same time, I cannot do that much wrist work. Sewing is different. Like I can sew like no problem. I do have some times where it does aggravate the wrist, but with my special scissors and stuff, I avoid that for the most part. So, guys, I have a lanky little kitty. He has a boo boo on his neck too, which makes it. He has a collar, and Andrew wants him to wear his collar all the time. I don't like that because number one, the noise of the collar, the tag on the collar drives me crazy. Number two, he doesn't like it. He scratches it. Da, da, da. Okay, see you later, V. Um, he doesn't like his collar that much. He's okay with it, but he definitely, I think he scratched his neck up when I had it on him yesterday and stuff. Well, not yesterday, when I had it on him when we were moving. Um, he he definitely scratched up his neck pretty badly. So his collar is now off of him until he heals. Of course. Touching his neck means I must pet the neck. Oh, yeah. Such a good kitty. He just gave you guys a very good look at his solo tooth on the top. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to life calming down. Well, life at home will calm down. Life for Andrew is picking up because school is in session. So he now has events coming up, which is very good for the wallet. When school's not in session, it's hard because there's not much overtime at all, and his base pay is just low. He's paid well considering, but with 4 people in the house, his base pay is just a little bit lower than we can afford, especially when we're moving and stuff like this. We did have to. Andrew's dad was helping us out with the move because he's like, we're going to sell this house. We're kind of like kicking you out in a way. So he was like, whatever I can do to help facilitate your guys' move, I will do. So once we get out, he's coming in, I think this weekend or next weekend. I'm not sure which one. He's coming in to finish the house renovation and get it ready to sell. Get it cleaned professionally, all that stuff. It will be ready to sell when he leaves this next time. So that'll be good. It's my baby. My baby. My pets are everything to me. So it was really cool. One really cool thing about this place, like you'll probably hear some complaining about the staff around here, but this was a really cool, just little blessing for us. We have Leah registered as a service dog, and when you're renting apartments and such like that, if you have a dog registered as a service dog, the pet policies no longer apply. So instead of paying $200 to $300 in a deposit or in a fee and pet rent every month for her, they did not require any fees or rent for her. I fully expected to still have to pay because we have Snitch. But because I've talked about how he is my ESA basically. He is not registered as an ESA. That requires a little more work for a cat than a dog. And I'll get into a little bit of the registration here thing in a minute and why it kind of bugs me. But she decided that she was just going to not charge us any pet rent or pet fees whatsoever. Even though technically they could charge us every month for him and charge us for a deposit for him because he is not a registered ESA. But that was just a blessing because it's, $25-$50 less a month. It was less to move in, all that stuff. So it was just that blessing. That being said, the thing that is frustrating about it is you have to have a registered service dog to get that enacted, basically. Registration for service animals is not required. In fact, it's I really struggled doing it because I'm like, this only perpetuates people's idea that you have to have certifications and paperwork on your dogs and that people can ask for that. When in all actuality, if you have a service dog, especially one that is vested, why is my tablet freaking out? Hang on, let me try something here. All right, there we go. But you don't actually have to register your dog as a service dog at all for it to be considered a service dog. Restaurants cannot require you to show any form of papers on it, like restaurants, stores, anything like that. They are not, you are not required as a service dog owner, you are not required to provide any form of paperwork on your service dog like that. The only thing that a establishment can ask is this, is that a service dog, or what task is it trained to do? So in Leah's case, if she was vested and going with us everywhere, is she a service dog? Yes. What is her task? That would be a diabetic alert dog. She is tasked to sense low and blood sugars or high blood sugars, mostly low. Lows are the hardest ones because those will actually kill you very quickly. So technically, that's all they're allowed to ask. They cannot deny you service because of your service dog. Now, the one problem that this leads to is that people think ESAs have the same rights as a service dog. An emotional support animal has zero legal right in any establishment. Yes, you can and will be turned away for having an ESA in a public establishment because ESAs are not task trained. They are simply there as an emotional support. Like Snitch doesn't do well. Technically, he does detect some seizures, but at the same time, he is not trained to do this. He is not a service animal. He is purely there for my emotional well-being. Him being around me makes me calm. They have zero rights legally to be in public. So the problem occurs with people are like, oh, he's my service animal, he's my ESA. And they allow them in. Service dogs are trained, number one, to be completely focused on the human they are with. Completely and utterly focused on them. If people have an ESA who is just basically a generally trained dog that lives in the house, they're not task trained whatsoever, they cause problems because they act up when they see other dogs. They get excited, they get distracted. That then distracts the actual service dog who is trained to be focused. When a service dog is working, they are in work mode. You should not touch them without permission. You should not talk to them while they are working because that causes them to be distracted. I know a lot of people who have had service dogs and someone's like, oh, can I pet your dog? They're like, no, I'm sorry, they're working. This person then proceeds to just sit there in front of the dog, not touching them, but distracting them by talking to them and oohing and awing over them. That is very wrong behavior to do around a service dog. And so this whole registration and not knowing the laws of service animals versus ESAs and all that really, really affects the service dog community, which is the only reason that's the reason I hesitated to register Leah, because she's not actually trained technically to do this stuff, but she does it naturally. Okay, sorry about that. Snitch actually, I think, disconnected it. I don't know. His tail sadly makes things happen with my tablet. But I don't like perpetuating the misunderstandings of service dogs, because it really does hinder those who actually have a service dog and need a service dog. So I really hesitated on registering. We only did it for the sheer purpose of they needed it for our dog to be in here. So yeah. But I also only used a free service. I literally used a free service. We don't have a vest for her or anything. I literally just said, she is a diabetic alert dog. This is her name. This is her owner. Here you go. So once we do actually have a service dog, that's going to be a different story. The dog will be more so trained to do things. But yeah. And it is funny because Leah she doesn't really sense my seizures, but she does tend to hang by me when I'm not doing well, which is interesting. And a lot of dogs do that. Boaz was very good at that. Our German Shepherd that we had when I was a kid could have been a seizure detection dog. I hate that we have to use these right now. Ow, my hip is hurting really bad right now. But yeah, so hopefully life settles down for us on this end. I mean, it will, but it'll also pick up because I did officially take my shop off of vacation, which is really fun. It was nice to take that off vacation. Hopefully we'll see business pick up fairly quickly. That would be good. Ow, I gotta change positions again. There we go. But I think I'm gonna go take some meds for my nausea because I'm really feeling kind of nauseous. There's a skeeter. There's a skeeter in my house. Gotcha. No, I didn't. Crap. But I'm gonna go take some nausea meds and try to get this headache to go away. I have to eat before I can do that, which I'm not wanting to eat. That's part of the problem. I need to eat, but I don't want to eat. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I'm going to go chill, probably watch some Charmed, because I'm rewatching Charmed actually, this is my second time watching Charmed all the way through. But I'm going to do some chilling for a little bit, and get this nausea under control, because it's starting to get really bad again. So, time for meds. I'm going to get loopy because of them. I do need to put something in my stomach after the Dramamine, because of the Snitch. No. Snitch. He's scratching my kitchen chairs. No scratching the chairs. You have a scratching post right there. Anyway, so guys, thanks so much for hanging out today. And I will definitely be back up and running here. Probably within the next week, we'll get back to doing the usual streams. We will be streaming craft stuff on Twitch for the most part. But hopefully I'll be able to get a few more videos going. I have some on my laptop that I want to record. I have a bunch of ideas of what I want to record. Snitch! No! Got a couple ideas, some older videos that I'm going to redo. And stuff like that. So that'll be fun over the next few weeks. But I'm going to go take a rest, try to get some food in me, take care of this naughty cat. He wants to go outside. He is asking to go outside right now. He cannot go outside yet because he is currently not up on his vaccination. So he's not allowed outside till he's vaccinated again. I just won't do that. Too many animals in the area that I don't know what their vaccination level is, and stuff like that. Do you have to pay to use Twitch? No, you do not. You go on twitch.tv, I think it is, set up your account, and I am under Binky Girl over there, I think. It's been a while since I pulled up my Twitch. I think I go by Binky Girl on there. That is going to be changing. Soon the name's going to change, but once I'm more settled and I'm back to streaming and stuff like normal, I will be including the Twitch link in all my video descriptions. I will probably do a quick live here to let you know that I'm going to be live over there, just because because usually when I stream from Twitch, I stream for several hours at a time. That long of a live tends to affect my analytics a little bit. So I also like the interface that Twitch uses better. So I will be using Twitch to stream anything craft related and whatnot, like sewing, drawing, that type of thing is all going to be on Twitch, because this is what Twitch was designed for. YouTube is just designed to do exactly what I'm doing right now. So it doesn't have the greatest capabilities. But nope, go ahead and set up Twitch on. You can go over and set up your Twitch account. It is free. The only time Twitch charges you is if you like purchase, what is it, bits or something like that, or if you want to subscribe to a channel. I don't have subscriptions available yet because I'm new to Twitch, so you can't actually subscribe to me, but you can follow me. So there, that's how that works. It is totally free to use otherwise. You do not have to pay to use Twitch. Although, if you have Amazon Prime, if you link it to your Amazon Prime, you can use Twitch Prime, which gives you 1 free subscription each month. And that's pretty cool. I use it on one of my favorite artists. I haven't watched her stream in several months, unfortunately, but I use it on her because I love her. I want to support her, and I use my my subscription for her channel because she's a wonderful person. I love her to death. And so, yes, if you have Twitch Prime, you can use 1 free subscription a month with Twitch Prime, and it's linked to Amazon Prime. So that's cool. Anyway, guys, I am going to go chill for a little bit. My cat has returned. I'm going to try to get some food in my belly and try to get feeling a little bit better. This headache has me in a very kind of blah, confused state. Not confused per se, but at times I get confused. I'm actually kind of a little bit worried about it because it is very different to my typical headaches. And with having a cold blast a couple weeks ago and a sinus infection type of deal, I'm a little bit worried that this is actually a headache that's not good. So it's not my migraine. Like, I've had chicken the last few days. It's not a migraine. It's literally just like pressure throughout the whole head. Like, it feels like my brain is pressing against my skull. It feels like it's swelled. But hopefully it goes away. I've been taking, ibuprofen and stuff for it. And I'm going to go ahead and take my migraine concoction anyway, if possible today. I need to get some food in my belly or the meds will not properly absorb, which is annoying. It's a catch-22. I'm nauseous, but I need to take meds. But I have no food in my belly, so it makes me more nauseous and my meds do not absorb properly. So it's just this whole little circle. So I'm going to go do that. I will see you all here in the next few days. I don't know. I might stream tomorrow. We'll see. But I'm going to go chill and try to feel better. So thank you guys so much for your support and for hanging out with me. Love y'all to death. Yuki, we definitely should talk soon. Soon. But I'm going to go chill for now. So I will see you all later. Have an awesome day, guys. Bye-bye.